Good day, viewers. My name is Okanya Arinzechukwu Victor from the Department of Industrial Technical Education, Faculty of Vocational and Technical Education, University of Nigeria, Nsukka. I'm here to present a research paper titled Sustainable Economic Development, Poverty Reduction, Wealth Creation, and Global Security through Technical and Vocational Education and Training, TVET, by the authors, which includes Ike Joshua O. I myself, Okanya Arinzechukwu V, and Odewale Opeyemi, all from the Department of Industrial Technical Education.
Once again, the topic is Sustainable Economic Development, Poverty Reduction, Wealth Creation, and Global Security through Technical and Vocational Education and Training, TVET. The abstract. Technical and Vocational Education and Training has been universally recognized as tools for empowering people, especially youth, for sustainable livelihood and socio-economic development. This paper examines the contribution of TVET to sustainable economic development in workforce development, poverty reduction, wealth creation to societal peace and security in Enugu State, Nigeria. The survey design was used, and the population consists of 112 technical teachers and 75 senior staff of the State Technical Board of Education in Enugu State. A questionnaire was developed and administered on the sample of 150 respondents. Analysis of the data revealed 31 contributions of TVET to economic development with respect to workforce development, poverty reduction, wealth creation, and global security. It was recommended, among others, that proper administration of TVET is needed in Enugu State in order to facilitate the achievement of the objectives that are set for the programs. Then the introduction. Human capital development have been identified as a variable tool for the wealth creation, employment generation, national security, and rural transformation agenda of any society. Unfortunately, in the last decade, the nation has witnessed epileptic economic growth, high incidence of poverty, conflict, and minimal wealth creation for worthwhile stability. These, among other factors, exacerbated youth unemployment, restiveness, hooliganism, cultism, and unprecedented security challenges. But sustainable economic development is a national initiative built on local economic unique assets to address individual challenges and provide quantifiable real-world benefits. It is a practical, implementable toolkit that tailors strategies to work for local people, businesses, and institutions, which is element of an anti-poverty program. And poverty reduction deals with numerous measures, policies, and strategies aimed at ameliorating the state of being poor. It is focused on the identification of the process of finding out from the information that is available, the mechanism for the provision of the basic needs of members of the society, and the background of the study. Technical and vocational education and training is vital to sustainable economic development and social development in many ways. First, it provides youth with technical and vocational skills which are needed for enterprise productivity and profitability, national growth, as well as economic development and wealth creation. Secondly, skills enable the individual to increase their productivity and income. And technical and vocational education and training also contribute to economic development of the nation in several other ways, such as workforce development, poverty reduction, and increased standard of living, and wealth creation, among others. Despite the increased recognition of the potential contribution of TVET to sustainable economic development, and global security in several parts of the world. The potentials of TVET in Enugu State appears not to be fully recognized. This therefore calls for a research to empirically ascertain the impact of technical and vocational education and training on sustainable economic development, poverty reduction, wealth creation, and security of Enugu State. Now, going over to the statement of the problem. There are so many challenges facing the entire world, African nations, including Nigeria today. These include slow economic development, prevalence of poverty, insurgency, terrorism, diseases, and ignorance. Different continents in searching for how best to engage the teaching population of youths in technical and vocational skills, an effort which many researchers agree is a panacea for many of the ills plaguing this region. Specifically, the Enugu State of Nigeria presently has many societal and economic problems to handle, the most intractable of which are youth unemployment, kidnapping, insecurity, farmer header crisis, unindustrialization, incompetent and undedicated workforce, and neglect of technical and vocational education and training. It is worth mentioning that these problems could be drastically reduced to a very large extent through relevant technical and vocational education and training programs. Unfortunately, it appears that potentials of TVET sectors are not fully recognized in Nigeria, especially in Enugu State. Therefore, the need to ascertain the impact of TVET for sustainable economic development, poverty reduction, wealth creation, and security of the populace is important. These are the research questions. How does technical and vocational education and training, TVET, contribute to sustainable economic development in Enugu State with respect to workforce development? Secondly, how does technical and vocational education and training, TVET, contribute to sustainable economic development in Enugu State with respect to poverty reduction and wealth creation? Then finally, how does technical and vocational education and training, TVET, contribute to security of the populace in Enugu State with respect to global security? Now, to the methodology. The survey research design was used in the study, and it was carried out in Enugu State. There are 3 geopolitical zones in Enugu State with technical colleges of education situated in them. The population of the study consists of the teachers of technical colleges from 2 technical colleges, selected using simple random technique from 3 geopolitical zones, as well as senior staff from Enugu State Ministry of Education. Available records show that there are 112 technical teachers in the 6 selected technical colleges and 75 senior staff in the State Ministry of Education. A sample of 150 respondents made up of 100 technical teachers and 50 senior staff of the State Ministry of Education was selected through simple random sampling method. The instrument for the data collection was structured questionnaire on the 5-point Likert scale response mode of strongly agreed, undecided, disagreed, and strongly disagreed. The data collected was analyzed with mean and standard deviation. And the results of the study. The study found 10 contributions of technical and vocational education and training to sustainable economic development with respect to workforce development. These includes supplying skilled manpower for the economy, empowering people to participate in the production of goods and services, as well as increasing a country's gross national product, thus contributing to the economic growth of the nation, enabling its recipients to be better, more useful, and more productive citizens, among others. The study also found 12 contributions of technical and vocational education, TVET, to sustainable economic development with respect to poverty reduction and wealth creation. Among them includes enabling people to have means of livelihood and empowering people with skills for maximum utilization of natural resources, and offering opportunities for competitiveness in export-oriented industries. Then after the studies, we had some recommendations, and these recommendations include that the Enugu State Ministry of Education through the State Technical Board should ensure that there is proper administration of TVET in the state to facilitate the achievement of the objectives that are set for the program. Then secondly, adequate facilities and infrastructure such as technical workshop and equipment should be provided in all technical colleges in the state. Then regular seminar and symposia and conferences and other retraining programs should be organized regularly for TVET teachers in the state to enable them update their skills and knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening.